Hello, website. We are here with Mr. Tyler Skidmore, an alumni of the Medina High School choirs, and now the teacher and director for all things choir here. All right.
Great.
We have
Good
a
to be
few
here.
questions for you today. How has the choir department changed from when you first became a part of it to now?
Oh, that's a good question. A lot has stayed the same. Certainly students all change in different generations and different interests. There's new choral repertoire. I think for me personally, I do some more non-traditional things with choir than I probably used to. Utilizing technology. One of the biggest changes probably was adding, as an event, we added the holiday extravaganza. That was new, and that's only been around for about 5 years, but that's been a big outreach to the community. Yeah.
Hey, that is a perfect segue into our next question.
Mm-hmm.
In what ways do the MHS choirs interact with the community? Which of these do you think is the most important?
Yeah, so we used to do more sing-outs during the school day years ago. We've cut back a little bit on that, although we still try to get out and interact and meet people where they are.
Mm-hmm.
But we do a lot of social media outreach that's, I guess, newer within the last 10 years or so. And then the events for young people. So we do, our show choir hosts a Princess Pirate Party for little ones. We have the Dancing with Encore for elementary and middle school age. We have the Holiday Extravaganza. We have a lot of events that try to reach out to a lot of people just to share music in the community.
Perfect. Great. What makes the Medina choirs unique?
I think one of the things I've always tried to do is, and my predecessors have done this too, is a diverse range of performance experiences where, we have a competitive show choir, but the show choir is not the whole choral program. Like, we have really nice concert groups, but again, the concert groups aren't the whole choral program. Like, we also have some a cappella groups. Some schools, I've seen schools out there that tend to just focus in one particular area, which I get as a teacher. Like, there's certain things that you know better and you do better and you like more. But we try to do a lot of things. Like, I like musical theater, so we do a Broadway Showstoppers recital with Encore. We do a lot of musical theater and Showtime and Encore shows. We like show choir, but it's not the whole choral program. So there's a lot of diverse opportunities here, just even within a regular choir class. We do a wide variety of music, and we really, at the heart of it, we try to become better musicians. It's not just about doing the music. It's about growing as musicians, learning how to read and listen to music and make it later.
Yeah, I feel that. I see it. It's working well. All right, last but not least, what has been the biggest issue for the MHS choirs to face from the past and from the present?
Issue-wise, resources, limited resources. Certainly you try to do as much as you can with the funding you have, the time that you have. We have to work within certain constraints. I tend to be so optimistic. I don't see a lot of issues. The most recent thing would be just general, like, participation numbers since the pandemic have been down, but that does follow on trends with a lot of other activities, as well as just music performance in general in a lot of communities. So while I do see that as not ideal thing, it's something that people are working through just society-wide. It's in a lot of places, and and to work through that, we've been doing a lot more outreach with younger people. Like, we never used to go over and visit the middle schools like we do now, and do as many things with them to try to keep kids hooked in as they switch. And I think part of that also too is, like, scheduling resources like CCP and Career Center. I think those things can play a role. They've always kind of been there a little bit, but I think more so nowadays. There's a lot more involvement in those CCP classes and things. And, of course, we have some students who their only traditional course in high school is a choir, but they're doing CCP the rest of the day. But then we also have some students that are kind of like, I'm going to almost graduate early and just not really do much of anything in high school. So, which to me, as somebody who did music in school, I feel like would be a shame. I was very involved in band and choir, musicals, whatever I could do here that related to things that I enjoyed, I tried to do. And, you get busy, but it's fun. You make some great memories.
Sir, that is all I need. Thank you very much. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, website. Fund your choirs.